Isn't it time to stop reliving your past hurts and move on to a bright and hopeful future?
I have a right to be upset, but I don't have a right to be wounded for the rest of my life. So I choose to be healed.
Get rid of the bitter poison that unforgiveness administers to the soul with Bishop David G. Evans. Forgive again, live again.
It's a liberating experience, and being able to forgive someone and forgiving yourself. It's liberating.
Forgiveness will deliver me in 3 dimensions. From what happened, from who it happened with, from when it happened. Because sometimes you'll get free from the what, but the who will still have you bound.
This highly sought-after 4-part message of healing can be yours on CD or DVD. Act now, and we'll include Bishop's book, Healed Without Scars, with your order absolutely free. All yours when you visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 today.
Allow God's living waters to wash over you and refresh your soul.
You've been praying for yourself when the answer is in praying for other people. While I'm praying for California, God shows up in my house.
As kingdom people, with the king in us and us being sovereign ground, we're not governed by the laws of this land, but we're governed by the laws of heaven.
He's talking about you going to draw water from the wells of salvation. Where's the well? In you.
If we want to release the water, watch this, we don't have to pray for it to come. Where we are now, we pray for it to be released.
Release deliverance and transformation in every area of your life through God's living waters. This revitalizing 3-message series can be yours on CD or DVD when you visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 today.
What if you could make one decision to unleash everything great in your life? Would you do it? Would you say yes? Are you tired of your relationships, your health, and so much more suffering because you lack the truth you need to change? The life you desire is within your reach. You can achieve all the success, happiness, and prosperity you deserve by simply learning the secrets that lead to real personal transformation. Change is hard, but not impossible. You just have to make one radical decision to get real. And there's no better authority on the real steps to change than David G. Evans.
Some men trust in chariots. Some men trust in horses. But we will trust in the Lord.
David G. Evans is leading the charge to bring you the power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course. From ridiculous to radical to real, this means war. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, from ridiculous to radical to real, and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, we're here.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
They messing with me already.
I know.
Already had you selling Girl Scout cookies yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
I sold, I've been
Yeah,
doing
well,
it
you
up,
better-
man.
you
I've
better
been
start making them cook.
been picking them up.
Get that cookie money, man.
Yeah. Well, Rain is selling up some cookies, man.
It's like a drug ring out here with this.
Welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America. Excuse our unorthodox intro today, as we were cutting the fool, as my grandmother used to say, with Brother Phil. It's his fault.
Right. Yesterday and today.
Yesterday and today. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been all up in it. 1-866-743-8267. 1-866-743-8267. 1-866-74 Evans. Give us a call. Of course, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. My world famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas Smith, is here with us today. Give us a call. On Point is that live arena of talk that you get to participate in, that always looks at all the events that we think you might need to get some information on, some insight, a different way of looking at a current event, but always from a biblical base, always from a Christian kingdom perspective. So give us a call, 1-866-743-8267. We have the most intelligent spiritual callers in the world. Thank those of you who are watching us from all over the country, all around the world, live at David G. Evans 1 on any smart device. Of course, our number is toll-free, 866-743-8267. Can you help me with National League Baseball, please?
I don't really watch baseball.
Okay, then you should be able to help me with this. Okay. So, I played ball.
Okay.
Okay, and I didn't play any semi-pros.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did compete in leagues.
Yeah.
We did compete at the Little League World Series two years. So
Okay.
I'm familiar with baseball in its fundamentals.
Right.
Okay. So they've got this Astros thing.
Yeah.
And they've proven that they were stealing signs.
Yes.
All right, now. They're saying that it was no benefit to the players.
Mm-hmm. They won the World Series, right? Okay.
Yep, I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
No benefit, because I'm trying to be as open as I can about this
Sure.
thought process.
Yeah.
So they stole signs.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that the sign stealing gave them no advantage,
Mm-hmm.
that it did not affect the outcome of the game,
Mm-hmm.
but they were stealing signs.
Yes.
And the batters did not get any advantage
Mm-hmm.
from the sign stealing.
Okay.
All right, now. So my first question, were they stealing signs for the fans?
Right.
Answer is
No.
no. Were they stealing signs so the managers would know what the pitcher was getting ready to throw? No. What kind of plays they were calling, whether it was steal second, steal third,
Yeah.
steal home,
Right.
that's for players, for the team.
Yeah.
So if I know the signal, guys are getting ready to throw a curveball, let's say, for instance, even in Little League, we knew, because what we didn't have technology to steal them.
Yeah.
You gave yourself an excuse to look down at the ground, and cut your eye over, see what kind of signal the catcher was throwing the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you knew he was going to throw a fastball, it was coming straight down the middle. If it was going to be a curveball, you either hit it before it broke or you hit it after it broke. One or the other.
Yeah.
But you knew
Mm-hmm.
because you saw the sign.
Right.
But these are pros
Yes.
making millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to assert that the players had no advantage, the team had no advantage, and so there shouldn't be an asterisk or their championship should not be taken away. So, Major League Baseball is saying, yeah, we cheated. Are you going to believe your lying ears,
right.
or are you going to believe us?
Sound like somebody else we know, don't
Yeah. I mean, you're already caught. Just
It's
own
ridiculous.
It. Just say, look, yeah, we did it.
Because if they do that, I think they're afraid they're going to still take the championship and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But don't tell me the signs didn't give you any advantage.
Right.
What would be the purpose of setting up cameras to steal signs
Right.
if it wasn't for an advantage?
Right, exactly.
Now, the thing I still want to know, how did they get, was it tendencies they were trying to get a hook on? or was there some way they were communicating with the hitter in the helmet? This is what's coming. Was there a sign from first base?
Yeah.
This is what's coming. Somebody had to have transmitted.
I don't know the process, but somehow they told the batter what was coming.
But don't tell me it's not for the batter's advantage.
Right.
And don't tell me it didn't affect the game.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Because if you didn't think it was going to affect it, why steal the signs?
Yeah. And why keep doing it?
Because it was working.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was working.
It's like the Patriots. Well, the videoing didn't help us anything at all. Well, why keep doing it?
Why do it?
Why years later you're still caught doing it?
Every week.
What's the point?
Why are you renting buildings across the street from stadiums so you can see inside the stadium, see the practice? Why?
And to this day, this is how I know they're lying. No, at least the Patriots.
Okay.
When they played the Rams in the Super Bowl 2000 I think, or whatever it was, the Rams practiced a play the week of the Super Bowl. They never ran it during the course of the year.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they ran it during the Super Bowl, and the Patriots knew exactly what they were doing.
No, they didn't.
The Rams will admit to you today they made up a play that week.
I've got another question. If we've had the master cheating, why is Belichick considered the greatest tactician if he's pretty good at stealing information that's vital to the victory of the game?
Yeah.
Game after game after game after game.
Yeah. To me,
why doesn't that take something off his coaching ability?
To me, I think it takes something off.
Has to.
However, he is a genius, and you can't.
Why does he have to cheat if he's a genius?
Well, I mean, why do people that are, for instance, people that we know, highly intelligent, can go take their intelligence and succeed far beyond measure.
True.
They take their intelligence and waste it on something else.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Rather than
something productive.
Belichick, I don't know. You know what it is to me.
When they lose, have they not been able to get information?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So even if they would go undefeated, so
they lost a playoff game, which means the reconnaissance wasn't good?
Well, at the end of the day, I can steal signs, I can steal plays, but if you run your play better than I can scheme against it, you're going to beat it every time.
You're proving my point.
Yeah, so it's like,
so they weren't that good unless they cheated.
No, I mean even with the cheating,
because if I got an offensive line or a defensive line, and I tell you, no, offensive line, and I say, okay, we're coming right at you, we're going to run over you, and we run over you.
Yeah,
that's cool. But I believe they're stealing schemes and scheming against information that they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you
don't start sounding like Anthony.
No. Okay, I'm just talking in generalities.
Okay.
If I know, if we're boxing, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're going to hit me with a hook.
That's different.
If I'm just saying, if I have the information already,
that's
I can tell by your cue what you're about to do.
Look, you watch people's fights, you can see what they did.
Yeah.
That's not what they were doing.
Yeah. No, I'm just using it as an example. That
okay.
Even if I stole information, or somebody stole it from me, if I can find a way to put a wrinkle in there, or if I do what I do so well.
But why do I steal it in the first place?
Because the hope is to
gain an advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Okay. So I'm back to.
Yeah.
Is he the all-time greatest coach that everybody's talking about? And is Brady,
Brady,
the all-time best quarterback, if they've been stealing stuff and cheating the whole time?
I think that Belichick is number 2 to Lombardi.
If they were in the Cowboy days,
I think
they have aces up their sleeve.
Yeah.
They cheat. And here goes the Astros trying to tell us, we cheated, but it didn't help us at all. So you guys just ignore it. Come on, man. I think they would be better off saying, okay, we did it. Commissioner, whatever you want to do, fine. But don't tell the public. Don't give the impression that cheating in baseball is okay.
Right.
They still been talking about the White Sox from
1919.
Yeah, man. I mean, and they, because somebody gambled.
Joe Jackson, man. Yeah.
And Pete Rose for gambling on. But you can kill a guy for gambling.
Yeah.
But you literally are letting these guys go, and you caught them.
I agree with you.
I don't get it.
And the thing is, they just happen to get caught. I wonder how many other people do the same thing, because word on the street is that all of them find a way to do something.
What I don't understand is
they test the limits.
Why can't you just sit down and watch the film of what the teams do?
Yeah.
Because they show you just about everything.
Mm-hmm. And then, but I give it to Belichick. Like when they played the Rams, when they won this last year.
What'd you give to him?
I give it to him.
You think they didn't cheat?
No, but see, they didn't have to on that one, because what Belichick did, he's a defensive mind.
Wait a minute, they didn't have to?
No, on this one part, hear me out. On this one part.
You sound like Anthony.
No, hear me out. I am not a Patriots fan.
I know, but you sound like Anthony.
But the Rams played this one run, and it worked successfully the whole year. And Belichick's okay, let's scheme and shut that down and make them do something else.
But they didn't have to cheat to get that.
That's what I'm saying.
All they had to do was watch the film.
That's what I'm saying. So he still is intelligent enough. That's my problem.
Isn't it
You're intelligent enough to do this without cheating.
When I was talking to Peterson at dinner, and Peterson was talking about how they scheme against a team. Yeah. They look at their tendencies, look what their strengths are, and try to exploit their weaknesses. They watch the film.
Yeah.
They're not buying apartments a year ahead of time so they can film somebody else's practice.
That I agree with. I agree with.
So
I'm not denying what you're saying. I agree with.
I'm cheating. The guy's cheating for a reason.
Yeah. But I will say this: out of Belichick's, when they played the Bills, when he's the Giants' defensive coordinator,
Spirit of Anthony,
a new defensive scheme was created. He actually created a whole defensive scheme that teams use.
He's not
today.
the only one did that.
No, he's not. I mean, but he's an innovator.
The whole league.
No.
The whole
league doesn't create a
I'm getting ready to say
defensive
something
scheme.
you don't know about. The whole league changed their defense based on what Buddy Ryan designed, the 3-4.
The 3-4 was created before Buddy Ryan, though.
He became the master of the 3-4. Nobody could stop him when he first introduced it.
No, 3-4 was introduced before Buddy Ryan was playing.
When Buddy Ryan became the
Buddy
defensive
Ryan
coach,
was the defense.
the 3-4 became
4-6.
Okay.
Yes.
That one, yeah. The 46 became absolutely famous.
It did until they played the Miami Dolphins.
And Don Shula.
The Dolphins exploded that 4-6 defense.
But
you remember that game, right?
Don Shula didn't have to buy an apartment building across from the practice field.
Up.
Don Shula watched the film.
Yes. No, I agree with that. But
Belichick has to send somebody has to get somebody hired in your organization and send them down by the sideline listening to what's going on.
What I'm saying is this. Very few coaches can admit and say, you know what? I created the 4-6. I created the 3-4.
So which one do you admire?
Belichick created this nickel defense.
The 46 was Buddy Ryan's, right?
Yes.
We agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Tom Landry did the 4-3.
Okay, got it.
I can't remember who did the 3-4 back in the day.
Yeah, innovators,
yes. And Belichick created this nickel defense.
Okay.
That people still use today.
So and they don't use other things that other people invented?
No, I mean, people do that, but I'm talking about it's very rare to find somebody to say, you know what, this person started this scheme.
What's that thing that, what's his name from San Francisco designed? That offense.
Oh, the West Coast offense.
The West Coast offense.
Yes.
Most teams have some element of that working, right?
Yes, absolutely. But Walsh created that offense.
Did Walsh have to? San Diego always had innovative offenses. Air Coryell,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't want to go back too far. I know how young you are.
I know Air Coryell.
Okay.
Yeah, they had Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow and all them. Yeah.
I know I sit up here and act like I don't know anything.
No, I know you know.
I was alive during that time.
But what I'm saying is that I don't think that Belichick's cheating, right, should completely deny his innovation there.
My problem with that is, it would be like you and I being known to be great preachers.
Yes.
And find out that all we do is find somebody else's sermon and gloss it over.
But see, that's different than creating.
But we have gifts to do what we do.
Right. But here's what it is like. Here's what it's like. We could hear a thought from another preacher.
Right.
And a whole message will spring out of that
Absolutely.
That's what sometimes these guys do.
Like I can watch somebody's offense and say, wait a minute.
And it springs,
I see a twist.
Springs out of it.
But that ain't what we talking about. We talking about surveillance. Continually.
No, I agree with you on that.
Actually getting folk, How do you get somebody embedded in somebody else's team structure?
No, I agree with you on that.
I just think it's just ridiculous.
All I'm saying is that, you got both.
I think my argument is this. Yes. Why are we being asked situationally from my president down to what we're talking about? Why are we being asked to suddenly call something that's not true the truth?
That I agree.
I know I did it. You got me on tape. I see it. It's been shown 13 times on national television, but that's the wrong context.
Absolutely. And just own it. We did it. It's over.
So now everybody thinks, well, the best thing to do is just say, I know what you saw, but yeah, we did it, but we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
But, or they know something about people. By next year, we'll be on to the next topic. And people will just gloss over it.
So you're saying, but here's my problem. Part of the people that are doing this, nothing is as it appears, are Christians. Mm-hmm. So what happens to my evangelical brothers that are adopting this? I know I said it, but you saw me preach it 12 times, but I didn't really say it. It was I meant something different.
Right.
And the problem I have with I meant something different is you not changing it till I challenge it.
Right.
I got a problem.
That's true. That's true.
You say something to me, it lays for weeks. I finally say something to you, and then you tell me I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it. Yeah, not that way.
No, you meant it as long as I didn't say anything about it.
Right. you gonna let me continue to believe it?
Come on now.
But I'm not sure. To me, it seems like these evangelicals don't care.
I don't think they ever did.
Yeah, they just say what they want to say, and
I'm serious. I don't think they ever did. I think the whole racial reconciliation. I think the whole the image of caring for people. I think that's been because they think they were supposed to do that.
Right.
But when it came right down to it, we see a lack of caring and a real lack of Christian love for people outside their own context.
But to them, they think they do care.
How did care, like love, like faith, like compassion, without action is dead.
Absolutely. And to them, this is the fallacy to me of their argument.
Okay.
They say we need to cut back on entitlement programs.
Mm-hmm.
We want to help them, but we don't want to make people dependent. So to them, care is let's do minimal help to quote unquote empower them to do better themselves. But my dilemma is, again, the bootstrap example. How are you going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you have no boots? But to them, they see that as care. Never mind.
I think it's a release.
Yeah.
I think it's an unchristian, lacking Christian logic, if I can lose that.
Yeah.
Real compassion, which eliminates the necessity for me getting involved and just take care of me and mine.
Yeah.
I think that is totally contrary to the work of Christ in the Bible. That we are coming to a point now where Christians are simply satisfied with saying my thoughts and my prayers are with you.
Yeah, I agree.
A thought and a prayer. Look, God says over and over, shows over and over again. You pray, you do. You pray, you do. Yeah. There's this action correlation between the commandments of God and fulfilling His will.
Right.
It's not enough to think it, but we're giving people the impression that a desire to do or an inclination is giving God enough glory.
Right.
And it is not.
It's not. And then the other excuse they come up with, it's not the government's job to take care of homeless people and those others. It's the church's job.
Then why don't we do it? Why do we cop out on it?
That's the other thing. And here's my thing: if I'm a politician and I claim to be a Christian,
right,
my Christianity should govern how I
do
my politics.
Absolutely.
So part of my politics is to help people that are in need.
I agree 100%.
And to me, it's a cop out. But you know what it was? Here,
they say let Jesus do it.
Yes, and
which is the cop out.
Yes, and the church is going to take care of it.
It's an excuse to do nothing.
Yep.
Because He put us here to do it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the crazy thing is, a lot of the people that are on government assistance, yes, live in the inner city, but a huge number of white folk live in rural America are on government assistance. But the narrative is, it's these brown people that are taking all the money up.
It's not, though.
And it's not.
I don't know what the numbers are right now, but historically, there have been more non-people of color, less non-people of color on welfare than there have been white people of color. White people. So white folk dominate welfare system, but we don't talk about it.
For them, it's what how did they put it? It's what the country owes us.
Right.
To them, you're taking advantage of the system when it's us.
So we're taking advantage of the system, but the country owes it to them.
Yes.
Okay, that's the psychology.
Yes.
Okay. How does that how does that lay in the same cup with, it's not that you're taking my job, it's that you're occupying a job that I don't want. So if I'm occupying a job you don't want, how is it taking something from you? Biblical principle. Watch this now. The Bible says that a man teaching, Christians have said that a woman teaching a class is usurping authority over a man. How is that usurping authority when the man sitting in the class is not gifted or called or assigned or purposed to do what the woman is doing?
Right.
So how is she usurping anything?
Yep.
Not
at all.
Okay.
And most people don't even study the historical nature of the scripture. When Paul says in Timothy that a woman is not to teach, they miss the whole premise that he's actually talking about a husband and wife couple. And he's talking about the continuous nature of a woman being the head and not the man being the head of the household. It's nothing to do with male and female. Everything to do with a husband and a wife dynamic.
Structure, order, flow, someone in the household that everybody looks to in a crisis. You just, somebody's attacking the house. Do we sit down and have a vote, or are we led through a crisis? It makes no sense to me. We're getting so convoluted in application. The problem is metaphors. The word actually means carry over. The problem with the carrying over, it means carrying over from one thing to another.
Okay.
So the guys, the four guys bringing the man to be healed by Jesus is a metaphor for intercession.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. It could be a metaphor for faith in action.
Okay.
What happens is, emotion is what is involved in the carry over.
Okay.
So my emotions can actually help me translate the metaphor, or my emotions can take me away from the real meaning of the metaphor.
Okay.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
So in the context that we're in, we have to be careful. And here's the thing about the Bible. The writers of the Bible depend upon metaphor and depend upon how you feel to help you translate what is. Because in life, everything literally is a metaphor for something else.
Right.
So our imagination is essential for communication.
Yes.
When we're talking to each other, our imagination has to work to make us see what each other's saying.
Right.
So metaphors are exchanged all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said all that.
That was good.
So life becomes a metaphor because it's full of images, full of concepts. Right. And the images of life, I believe at times flow out of concepts, and at times concepts flow out of images that we experience. Okay. Life is full of images.
Yeah.
Life is full of concepts. So our emotions are essential for taking something that's a metaphor and making it become an image of a real thing for us.
Okay.
Is this making any sense?
Yes.
All right. So right now it appears as though the heart has been taken out of the way some Christians look at how Jesus wants us to address people that are less advantaged.
Right.
And it's almost like the love is taken out.
Yeah.
Because they're choosing who they want to love.
Yeah. But you know what? That makes sense. Because a lot of them hold to that Calvinistic reform view of all I got to do is get you saved.
That's not it.
That's it.
Jesus doesn't teach that at all.
That's the thing. If repentance was the only message, Jesus would have just kept preaching the same message as John the Baptist.
And the Bible would be much shorter.
Yes, sir. Yep.
But the reality is that he did not stop at a feeling.
Right.
He didn't stop at a concept.
Yeah.
Faith without works, faith without appropriate action is it. I think it says somewhere in there, and I could be completely off. If you know what to do, and I'm paraphrasing, you know what to do and you don't do it, it's a sin.
Yeah.
If you have the ability
that's some
to do it, and you don't do it, it's a sin.
Yeah.
So I see you broken down on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And in my Christian love, I say, let me pray for you.
Yeah.
And then I keep riding.
Yep. It's wrong.
And even some conviction can happen. So, I mean, sometimes you see somebody elderly riding along, and you think you know them, and then you know you're not in a hurry, and you go on by and say, "Oh, Lord bless her." No. Turn your hips around, and say, "Ma'am, can I help you?"
Yes. But you're right. We think the feeling is enough. The intention, there you go. A phrase I can't stand sometimes is "I was going to do."
Oh, I hate that.
Well, you was going to do didn't help me when I needed you to do.
My grandma would go upside your head for I'm getting ready.
Getting ready.
If you want to get in trouble, tell that woman I was getting ready. No.
I was going to do it.
No, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, that was a quick one, boy.
I was going to watch it.
Oh yeah, no. That get ready could get you on an Isle of Patmos in grandma's house. It was not good. No.
And then people get mad. Well, did you do it? I was going to do it.
Well,
did you do it?
Never had any intention, because for some people, intention is enough glory.
Right.
And that's just not right.
Absolutely.
Well, I thought about it. You know what else I hate to hear people say? I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Shut up. Oh, it drives me nuts. I just got it.
Yeah.
You know what bothers me? I'm teaching class.
Okay.
Revelation drops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Preacher gonna tell me, I was just thinking that on the way down.
No, you wasn't.
Why? Because I said and you had and something you thought today? Come on now. Come on. I mean, God does speak to us all.
Yeah.
But my goodness.
Yeah. To me, it's a rare time when that can happen. Most times people say that they're lying.
Yeah, of course. It happens occasionally.
Yes.
But you're in a place where you have no knowledge of the subject.
Right.
And then you're going to start saying, I was just thinking that?
Yeah.
Please shut up.
No, you wasn't. No. It's a time where there's confirmation in the room. Like we've been in meetings with us in leadership.
And
we all seem to be having the
same thought.
But that's a God moment and we may not have the same pieces.
But I know people that every class they're in, they were just thinking it.
People when you preaching.
Yeah.
Bishop. And I'm like, the rest of us ain't got it yet. We're like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm the litmus test of
I get it.
Whether somebody got it or not.
I understand.
I'm like,
but somebody other than you ought to get it. The Holy Spirit's giving it out.
I'm like, we didn't even finish your point yet.
No.
I got it. I'm like, well, I didn't get it.
But then you notice when they get quiet, because I go somewhere they didn't expect to get. Yeah.
I'm in service.
They started the car, but they couldn't take the journey. Okay, so let's.
I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there in service. Oh, I got it. I'm like, well, the rest of us?
Can the rest of it please hear the rest of it? No, it was the fact that I said the.
The, right.
Yeah, and they thought the 5 times that's before they got to church. So. What do we do about what appears to be the media's attempt, along with industry, to change what visual, audible truth is? What do we do about that? And my big concern is, and these are not all Christians, but the ones that seem to be representing us today have got this, they've got a standard that they didn't have for other people. They've got a standard now for their own position. What do they do when another party gets in office? does the standard for truth change again? And people act like they don't notice that also?
They're going to change it. They're going to change it. Because you asked some of them about, Valentine's Day was yesterday.
Okay.
Remember when President Obama took his wife to New York to see a play?
Okay.
The uproar of what cost $20,000 an hour to take Air Force One to New York, and he's holding up traffic, and it costs so much money just for him to go on a date. Never mind, this president golfs about every weekend.
No, not about.
And the tab.
We got a part-time president.
Yes.
Takes off Friday to Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they seem to forget about that.
Well, and it costs what, $4 or $5 million every time he goes away on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. For a property he owns.
He going to his own place
and paying his thing.
I thought you weren't supposed to do that.
You're not.
I thought that was ethically.
It's ethically wrong. It's ethically wrong.
Let me tell you how these ethics are questionable. When I served the state of New Jersey, I had to take an ethics checkup twice a year. Now, it's going to sound ridiculous, but it's the truth. This is why it sounds so ridiculous. Did you know that if I went to lunch with someone and allowed them to pay for my lunch, I was allowing them to influence me with a lunch?
With lunch, yeah.
So you couldn't let someone who potentially was going to do business with the board that I was on, the entity that I represented, you could not do that.
Right.
That's not as bad as what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Do you know if they gave you a pen with their logo on it, it was considered an ethics violation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A pen is going to make me give you a couple $1 million contract?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
And a cheap pen.
Mm-hmm.
Not one I'd want to pull out everywhere.
Yeah.
But a pen that, okay, I'm going to leave this on the desk. Somebody will take this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ethics violation.
Yeah. It's like NCAA athletes. All of a sudden, I buy you a slice of pizza, so now you want to come to my school?
Sore point with me.
For a slice of pizza?
You're not coming to my school because I bought you pizza.
But it continues this narrative, and sometimes I believe it, that classism is worse than racism sometimes.
Absolutely.
That there's this continued narrative where they got the lower class and middle class fighting each other, and the upper class continues to do their thing. And anytime you try to buck the system, they find a way to get us down here fighting each other. And we're forgetting the real, not saying all wealthy people are the real issue.
Absolutely.
We're talking about the system.
Let me tell you how pervasive it is. And everybody's seen this before. Middle and lower class working people are still struggling economically. They are working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to get side hustles. We believe because the top 2% is doing better, that all of us are doing better.
Yeah.
But that crap down, that theory of economics, and I say it flows down as slow as crap. That crap down theory of economics does not work.
Does not work. Yep. And
because they're not even trying to flow it that way.
Right, not at all. And is the economy really growing when you're living off a credit card?
Absolutely not.
It can't be.
But right now, debt is not a symbol of bad stewardship of America's finances. No. The national debt is continuing to climb, and Republicans who have been fiscally responsible as long as I've known them are not saying a word.
Yep. Not at all. Where's the Tea Party at now?
Tea Party?
Yeah. Have you really heard from them?
No, that's because they switched to Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
The Tea Party.
I haven't heard from the Tea Party forever.
No, the Tea Party. What's that?
They rose up in the beginning of Obama presidency based off what they thought he was going to do. Never mind what he actually did. And so you can't tell me that wasn't about no race.
It had to be about race.
Like, come on, y'all.
It had to be. The disrespect that President Obama got from individuals that was shown on national TV was acceptable to a lot of people. He was never discourteous to people. He was never vindictive as far as I could see.
Yep.
We've got a guy now, my president is absolutely a loose cannon. How do you jump up and fire everybody that was subpoenaed?
Yep.
They're supposed to break the law because you told them to. I am clear that my president thinks he's a dictator.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm clear that for the sake of power, McConnell and all them are supporting what he's doing.
They are. It's all about power.
I wonder if those guys are going to leave office when he leaves office.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they ride off in the sunset? Because how do they turn around and try to input a whole different way of doing things? You know, I'm an honest guy now. I don't do things vindictively. I'm just a good guy.
Can't.
Let's go to Roxborough. Who's on? Who is that? Janice. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning.
How are you? Welcome to On Point.
Thank you.
What's your comment this morning?
Yes, I haven't been hearing much about President Trump. The thing is, all the pastors I know are afraid to talk about him.
Are they?
Their congregations are integrated, okay?
Yeah.
So they can't speak freely about Trump because some of the parishioners love Trump. Got it? So the reason why I like this is because you pastors talk about Trump. You freely. Al Sharpton does. Al Sharpton has a really great thing on MSNBC. He has a direct comment twice a week to Donald Trump. Directly to him. Anyway, so I just want to hear about Trump because he's crazy.
So you don't listen to us that often?
Every week. The last 2 weeks you haven't been talking about Trump.
We didn't feel like talking about him.
We didn't feel like talking about him last 2 weeks. We were Trump tired.
Yeah, we Trump.
We'll get back to him again. We'll get back to him again. But sometimes people don't want to hear that for every program. Some people want to hear something different every now and then.
I don't feel like talking.
I want to hear about Trump. They used to talk about Trump all the time. I want to hear about Trump because he's having trouble with the what do you call it? His department, his Justice Department. Is pushing back now.
Barr, William Barr said
Barr's
you're making my
pushing
job a little hard.
What Barr said
Barr
that?
said that. Yeah, his
Barr's
tweets.
pushing back.
Barr said,
he really thinks he's beyond.
I didn't hear that.
He thinks he's Trump.
Barr's pushing back?
Barr said Trump's tweets are making it hard for him to do his job.
He's done everything. Barr's done everything but abdicate his responsibility. And what did he do to make him think?
He said his tweets are making it hard for him to do his job. And over the Roger Stone thing. And was it 3 prosecutors, 4 left the Justice Department because of what Trump tweeted about Roger Stone.
3 prosecutors what?
3 prosecutors from the Justice Department resigned from the department because of this whole Roger Stone thing.
What's happening with Roger Stone? I've been in the cave.
So I think the Justice Department's continuing to pursue, keeping him locked up. And Trump tweeted something out like, we need to go back and review his case so we can kind of get this thing reversed. And prosecutors dropped out. They was like, we're done.
Why didn't he throw Stone under the bus? Or did he?
He didn't throw Stone under the bus. Because remember, Stone took this thing like a champ.
That means Stone knows some stuff.
Yeah, and Stone just went. He didn't bash Trump. He didn't say nothing bad.
He knows some stuff.
Yeah.
He thinks Trump is going to save him. But if anything I've noticed about him, he'll throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
Including his own kids if he has to. How do you operate around a person that you know? Maybe they suffer from the syndrome that a lot of people do. He won't do it to me, and then they're so shocked when he finally does it.
Yep.
Because the only person I haven't seen him throw under, unless I missed it, was Ivanka.
I don't think he didn't. He's too busy talking about how beautiful she is and stuff. That's all.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he hasn't done that.
Now his sons, I've seen him do that. He hasn't thrown Jared under the.
No.
That's because of Ivanka, I think. She kind of gives him a shield.
And they're making some money too.
Oh, Doc, it's illegal.
So he knows they're making some.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much of it that they're making is for him.
His net worth is going to go up after this president. Whenever he leaves, it's going up now, of course, most likely, but he's going to leave a lot wealthier than.
Well, all of them do. Now, his is breaking the emollients laws left and right every day. How does he make that much money? How does my president make that much money illegally while he's president, and want to negatively comment on Obama getting a book deal? Yep. What is that?
No, but again, in his mind,
I think he's competing with him.
Oh, he is.
Okay.
He is. And, I mean, look, one thing that I will give Trump is this. He did it on The Apprentice. He did it on all his TV shows. That man knows how to market and campaign.
Okay.
I'll give him that. He knows when to throw meat to his base.
Okay.
I will give him that. He may not have the intelligence everywhere else, but when it comes to that part, The Apprentice was a high show because Trump knew how to get the ratings up.
Because he knows how to stir the pot.
He knows how to stir the pot.
Okay.
President knows how to stir the pot.
Now, I have a theory about that. I don't think it's intelligent.
Okay.
I just think he makes a mess wherever he is. And we've come into a place in society, reality shows and all that kind of stuff, where messiness is entertaining.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Rudeness, crassness, all that seems to be entertaining. And the worse you are, when I know a couple people that did these reality TV shows, and the person that's the villain is the person that does not mind being that person because that person usually gets their own show. So it's managed.
It's money. It's money in it. The worst one on the show gets the money.
Yeah.
If people catch on and like them, yeah. Look at Nene Leakes. I mean,
Who's that?
She Real Housewives.
Okay.
Of
Which don't they have a bunch of
There's
them?
a bunch of them, yeah.
Okay.
But she was the villain and just kept.
And here's what I don't understand. Real Housewives. Okay, just all right, just I watched like 5 minutes of one show of someone that I knew because I had not seen it and I didn't want to be able to comment. I didn't want people to ask me about something I'd never seen.
Yes.
So I watched about 5 minutes because I couldn't take more than 5 minutes. I want to know what Real Housewives look like they're going to a formal in anybody's house.
Yeah. Everywhere they go, yeah.
I mean, just they home sitting around talking.
Yeah.
And all of them are blinged out.
Yeah, dolled up everything. That's what I'm saying. It's managed.
What's real about that?
It's managed. And some of them, that's not even their real houses.
Of course it's not.
They put it up there. They had one reality show where they somebody threw a glass and you saw the producer's hand throw the glass, but they cut real quick to make it look like one of the ladies threw it. But you saw that.
It's all managed, man.
It's like, and people are like, oh my gosh, you threw a glass. I'm like,
they're scripting the drama.
Come on, y'all.
Come on now.
I
watched them. I'm looking like, okay, where are these women going? They all got together at this person's house, and they're all dressed like either they're going for an interview at a strip club or I'm like, wow.
But
look
that's
at
their
the lashes on them and stuff. This is how you sit around the house right before you get ready to feed the kids.
That's that influencer thing. Their image is everything.
Oh my God.
Everything.
But it's a false image.
It is. Now here's my thing. I mean,
so I'm watching Power.
I'm
watching Power. And what's her name gets arrested? Tasha.
Yeah.
And girlfriend, when you get to jail, you got to take your stuff off.
Oh, she took all her stuff.
Oh, buddy. I said, you brave. Because, man, but after the lashes and the wig came off, I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
or as Walter Hawkins would say, what is this?
Right.
They say her fans, some of the fans got on her, and they say 50 jumped on her too.
Oh, he did.
They did some memes and things,
some stuff to her,
Yeah,
50's she's a G. He's so evil, man.
He's ignorant, man.
He is so ignorant.
He made a brand out of being ignorant. Yeah. Let's talk to Danny. Yo, Danny, how you doing, man?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing? Pastor Nick.
Hey, sir.
Everyone, how y'all doing?
We doing as best we can with the hand we dealt. How you doing?
All right, pretty good. Just a quick observation. How's the weather up there?
It's cold, man. It's like 19 degrees.
What?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Like 19 degrees. We're suffering up here.
I could understand that. We had a cold front came through yesterday, and it's only going to get up to about 75 today.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really feeling for you. Going to wear a sweater today, Dan?
I know, right? Bring out your mink coat.
No, but week before last, just before the Super Bowl, the wife had a chance to put on her boots and a little jacket and whatever.
Hey, I can't take it. She pulled them out of the closet. She got a chance to wear them.
She was thrilled.
Could she wear them all day?
Yes.
It stayed chilly all day?
Yes, it did. And we had a situation where it was the iguana population dwindled a little bit. So
I gotta call Mark and Karan and them, see if they in the hospital, man. Is that cold? Man, good God Almighty, y'all really going through down there. I'm praying for you.
I just wanted to comment on two things that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Is that first of all, on the football, is that you notice that the injury reports, they're never true. They're never exact. Never. You see a guy walking around with crutches and
what is that?
On, and, you know, you say
they found a way to manipulate the system
within a certain amount of time, and the next week they're out there on the field playing, and a lot of secrets are being handled by different teams because of the trades. They make so many different trades, and they're giving away secrets, you know, as they go. A lot of players say, well, no, I won't tell them this or tell them that, but they're still in their guts as to exactly what's going on, and nothing's, you know, straight and up and up. So if a person has a certain tendency to do this before the snap of the ball or something like that, they're going to go ahead and give it away. And the other thing that Pastor Nick touched on it a little bit, the president going out golfing, he has a tab now that's over $313 million, I believe.
$313 million?
$313
for his weekends?
Yes. If you total it up, someone is keeping track of it. I think it's over pretty close to about 30 trips that have been made, you know, coming down. That's a lot of spending because it goes into the millions just to come in. And a lot of people down here, you know, especially that want to use the waterways and what have you, they got to go around certain distance, and they can't use it.
Unbelievable.
Because of that.
And why aren't working people uncomfortable with that?
That's the point.
And they went ballistic when the president spent $20,000 to go on a date.
Or if he went to Camp David.
Yeah. Every president goes to Camp David.
Yeah, and it's close by. You take the helicopter.
They got to take the helicopter. That's all.
It's as of last.
Camp David, you know, it was a big deal.
As of last month, his golfing bill was $118 million. Then he had a $3.4 million Super Bowl party.
Where?
At his hotel.
What?
$3.4 million for one night. And he was dancing during the national anthem.
His folk don't have a problem with any of that?
They ain't say a word. He was pointing at people. He was going like this, playing during the anthem. I guess, and then they cut the video off.
They would have said any other president was unpatriotic.
Absolutely. No hand on his heart. And he sat down right before it was over, but nobody. It's
too far.
If it was about race, that whole
thing was about race. My friends that are Republican already know. They had better not start playing this. Yeah, it's okay for him to do it, but they better not start playing that with me.
Yeah, they just act like it doesn't exist.
Danny, you doing all right, man?
Great.
I'm glad to hear from you, Doc. Please tell my sister I said hello.
Will do, Bishop.
Talk to you now.
All right.
Bye-bye. Washington, D.C., how you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Oh, we're having a great time this morning. Welcome to On Point.
Thank you. I was listening while I've been walking the dog. And
what kind of dog do you have?
A Yorkie.
Do you?
Yeah.
They're great dogs.
Yeah, she is. I've had her now for about 8 years.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all inseparable now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's my sidekick.
I know that's right.
But I was thinking about the bar thing, and I'm like, for him to act as though he's opposing anything Trump does at this point, to me, it's just unbelievable.
It rings a falseness, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And I'm thinking that this may be his way of trying to create some type of defense for himself, because he knows sooner or later, after he's done doing Trump's bidding and dirty work, he's going under the bus like all the rest of them.
And you know what really rings true about your statement is that he chooses something to complain about, not decisions, not ethics, but your tweets are making it difficult for me to do my job. He chose the least offensive thing.
Like he's ever really done his job. All he's ever done was what was, told to do, but now it's a problem.
He's the president's attorney.
And now it's a problem.
So is he finally giving an indication that the judges have been or are starting to say that what he says through tweet can become criminal, can become evidence.
Yes. Yes.
So now, what's Barr trying to do? Save his career?
Save himself.
I don't know.
He's got enough sense to know that it's every man for himself. Because he's seen too many.
That's true. Yeah, politics. Every man for himself. Yeah.
Yeah, that were really close to he and Trump.
Well,
now sitting in prison and facing prison time.
So the prosecutors that quit, were they people that Barr depended upon, and did they have some kind of relationship with him? Did it affect him?
All cohorts. Yeah, they were all cohorts. They were all they were a team put together and assigned to defend Roger Stone.
Yep.
But when they got scared, and they boots, that was indication to Barr that I don't have anybody else to go, to support.
I was watching a movie one time, and they showed these rats running up the lines that kept the ship tied to the dock, and the rats were just loading up because they could benefit from the ship. But then when the ship got in trouble and started sinking, they started leaving out of every hole they could get out of. And it starts. I'm wondering, for prosecutors, what else do they know?
Yeah.
What if I don't know why people think if they leave the government that the law can't follow them where they're going.
Well, if you put enough time and distance between you and the situation, or you and the person, a lot of times, come on, baby, anyhow. A lot of times, you get forgotten about.
Yeah.
But not in this case.
Not in New York Southern District.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's the last place you want coming after you. Is the people that put mafia people in jail. The only other state that can come get you if they really want to is New Jersey. Yeah, they lock up mob folk too.
Yeah, but that's all that is he's starting to get the shaky.
You think he's getting a little nervous?
As he should, Time is winding up, I put comments in the broadcast while you all were speaking. I just feel that the entire Democratic Party, for a few years now, have just been too passive.
I agree with you 100%.
They just let the Republicans roll them at every turn. Even when Obama was president, I was like, where's your nastiness? We know it's nice to be nice, but sometimes you
get tough. Sometimes you need to get tough. As much as I support every president, I thought that President Obama was way too passive.
Yeah. The second term.
I think trying to get along was just too much getting along.
Yeah. The first time I understood why. When he won the second time,
he
should have took them gloves off, man.
I think
what you gonna do?
And I think he would have been fine showing displeasure for people that publicly disrespected him.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for some repercussion to come down. Because in politics that's what they do.
Yeah.
But
all this, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometime when they go low, you need to kick them. You need to kick them while they're down there. Did you hear what I said? Sometime when they go low, you need to kick them while they're down there. That's what I said.
Stomp them while they.
Do the wine press thing.
Yeah. But you're right. But that's why I think the Democrats now, they're trying to be so who's the most woke, who's the most conciliatory, who's the most pure. And that's why he's probably going to win again, because everybody's trying to find this pure candidate. When nobody's pure, nobody did everything right. But liberals, this is why some of the reasons why people are voting for Trump too, because it's as crazy as this sounds. They respect him for speaking his mind.
And
versus
really
our
no
group,
matter what he says.
No matter what he says. But our group is so trying to appease everybody. Like when Kamala did the she, her, trying to appease to the LGBTQ community. And that kind of thing.
They're not taking a stand.
Yeah.
And people don't want somebody that's ubiquitous, somebody that's all over the place to follow. They really want somebody that seems to have a direct track to what they want to do. And just so frustrating.
What really got my goat was when Nancy Pelosi tore up the speech after Trump. What's it called?
The State of the Union.
State of the Union address.
She tore it up?
I'm like, he's rolled you all at every turn, just taking advantage of you, treated you all like punks. and you're going to tear up some paper. And the Democrats just went up. You know, people just tweeting. This is, how is that? What did she do?
Because we love.
My dog tears up paper every day if I leave it laying around.
We love symbols. Ribbons around oak trees, black barn bands. We love symbols.
It's time to take action.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you.
it's time to take action.
We got to go. Thanks for calling us. Call us again.
All right. Have a great
Talk
day.
to you now. This has been On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live on your smart device at David G. Evans 1, David G. Evans 1, worldwide. Thank you so much from our world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas Smith. I'm Bishop David G. Evans. Why don't you come see us tomorrow? We're having an incredible time with the Lord. The encounter worship experience is something you need to experience. Stay strong, stay saved, and remember, faith acts like a thing is so. Even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you, and I'll see you real soon.